Piper Cherokee, getting ready to fly it. The winds aren't bad. They're blowing like maybe 7-8 miles an hour from right over there, which sucks for everything. Everything that's good about flying RC planes. I'm having troubles with my landings in the crosswinds today because I haven't flown these planes I'm flying. But I don't know. I'm expecting good things from this. Nice scale rollout. I don't do rollouts on grass. This is a bad grass on these small wheels. There's everything I could do just to get her out of there. Trim's good, or I can fly it anyway. Speed her up a little bit in that turn. Flying on a 3-cell 2200. It's right smack dab middle of the tray all day. No extra weight. Except for a little bit of tape around the nose wheel. I took out the spring because I had to replace that plastic piece that was $5.99. It's like a steering column, or I don't know what it's called, but it's a little plastic part that goes with the retrack. It's separate from the retrack. And that thing will break. Like I landed in a hole, and like shortly after I landed, it rolled into a hole and broke that piece. So I had to fix it, or I just had to let it sit on the shelf till Horizon released that part. I don't have a spare one, but without the spring I don't think it'll break. Instead of a spring, I'm using tape. And why I'm using tape is because it works. Man, I wish I didn't have that crosswinds. Pretty nervous about it. Like I said, I haven't been landing good. Well, the Hawker Hurricane, I'll post the video of the good landing. I missed the bad landing. Man, if I can land into that wind, man, I could bring it down. I could bring it down like a stall plane, set it down like a feather. There we go. That's probably about 10. Little throttle, little throttle. There we go. Wow. There we go. Wow. I'll take that any day. The wind in the bumps. Holy cow. It hit a bump down there at the end, but that was a good landing, man. Nice and soft. Now I'm in the tall grass. I'll get down here and we'll see if we can take off in the tall grass. Tall, rough grass. Yeah, a little dip. Might be a little dip. I don't know what made it go up. Hit a bump. Alright, we're in tall grass, man. That is tall. Let's get up here so you can see it. Oh, they must have just come down to watch me, I guess. I don't know. We're cutting grass. We got up and out. When I take off in tall grass, this field is bad right now. It's kind of long and snarly from the rain and soft, muddy. Even with rudder, it was drifting towards me. This wind is bad. Bye. All right, so I got to set up on that side of the runway. better. There we go. There we go. There you have her, man. Your e-flite Pawnee, or Piper Cherokee, not a Pawnee, Piper Cherokee. Whew. Man, I tell you what, that was the hardest flying I've done out here. This wind, oh, holy cow, right from there. Oh. You see my shirt blowing in the breeze, man. It's blowing, blowing, blowing. Oh, that was a good flight. It was an exhilarating flight, I'll say that for it. There you have her, man. All her glory. Let me set my radio down. It takes two hands. There's where I put my 2200. I'm flying on a Lemon non-gyro battery, or non-gyro receiver. Blah, blah, blah. You see up here, there's the tape I put on the wheel to act instead of the spring, and it didn't collapse, but I just put some bare bond tape in there to fill that gap up. That way if I whack it in hard, it'll compress the tape. And to get to that piece that I had to replace, I cut this access hatch right here. I cut this access hatch so I can get to the post to replace the post. And then I just glued it back on with a little bit of foam tack. So if I ever, I'm not ever going to go back in. If it breaks now, there's no parts for it probably. And I'll just scrap it. But there you have her, man. Your Piper Cherokee. I added the faster red stripes. I mean, you can see the wind. I don't know, you can see the flag, but it's blowing. It's blowing good, man. Especially you get above that little hill right there. And right in here, it was fun day of flying. Your Piper Cherokee in the sun, Jeff in the sun. Tuco is in the shade, and we're saying thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing.